Hi, Tom here. Welcome to today's video.
Something just shifted. The moment you didn't overcompromise. The moment you didn't soften your truth to keep the peace. The moment you held your boundary calmly. That restored something powerful. And now it balances in your favor. You were tested quite recently. Someone pushed for flexibility. A dynamic pressured you to adjust. A situation tempted you to fold just to avoid discomfort. Old Libra wouldn't have negotiated yourself down. But you didn't. You stayed steady. And that steadiness recalibrated the energy. From a Vedic perspective, this is karmic correction. When Libra chooses self-respect over approval, life restores harmony externally. And that's what's happening right now. You may notice later this week, people responding more respectfully. A relationship stabilizing. Tension dissolving without you forcing it. A conversation aligning naturally. This isn't coincidence. It's equilibrium returning. Libra. Your strength has always been diplomacy. But this time, growth came from clarity. You didn't argue. You didn't over-explain. You simply stood in your position. And that confidence shifted the balance. There may be visible reward this week. Someone adjusting to your boundary. An apology. A compromise that favors you. A partnership strengthening. Because you didn't abandon yourself. You stayed aligned. So, here's the deeper truth. When you don't chase harmony, harmony finds its level. Real balance didn't require self-assure. It requires integrity. This week may feel socially smoother. Less tension. Less internal second-guessing. More ease in communication. Because you proved to yourself that you can hold the line. But here's the subtle reminder. Don't overcompensate now that it feels better. Stay steady. Consistency locks in respect. Because what's really happening is this. Life is confirming your worth. You don't need to fold to stay connected. You don't need to shrink to be liked. And when you hold that truth, balance naturally adjusts around you. Now, let's talk alignment. One intentional practice for you this week. When something works out in your favor, notice that it came from restraint. Anchor that lesson. That reinforces self-worth. Libra. This week isn't about restoring peace. It's about witnessing what happens when you don't sacrifice yourself for it. You held the line. You didn't fold. And now, the scales rebalance. And you need to trust that.
Before you go, there's something important you should know. These horoscopes are based on Vedic astrology, also known as sidereal astrology. That means we're using the actual positions of the stars in the sky, not the tropical system used in most Western astrology. Because of that, your sun signs here may be different than what you're used to. And that's okay. In Vedic astrology, we don't start with the sun sign. We start with the moon sign, because the moon represents your mind, emotions, and how life is experienced day to day. First, always watch this for your Vedic moon sign. That's where this horoscope will feel the most accurate and personal. Next, I recommend watching for your rising sign, also called your ascendant or lagna. Your rising sign shows how these energies show up in your physical life, your body, your environment, and the situations unfolding around you. Then, you can also watch for your sun sign, which adds insight into your identity, confidence, and sense of purpose during this time. And if love, relationships, creativity, or money are major themes for you right now, I also recommend checking your Venus sign, called Shukra in Vedic astrology, for an extra layer of clarity. For weeks where things feel intense, faded, or life-shifting, it can also be helpful to look at your lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu. These show where growth is pulling you forward, and where old patterns are asking to be released. To find your correct placements, make sure you're using a Vedic or sidereal natal chart, not a tropical one. Once you know your moon, rising, sun, and Venus signs, and optionally Rahu and Ketu, you'll get a much deeper and more complete understanding of what's unfolding. If this message resonated with you, please like the video. It truly helps support this channel and allows these messages to reach the people who actually need them. And if you're enjoying these weekly Vedic horoscopes, consider subscribing so you don't miss future messages for your signs. You are not one sign. You are a system of energies, learning how to work together. Take care and be calm.